Port Charles is about to erupt, Jacinda drops a bombshell, and Nina's plans spiral out of control. In the heart of Port Charles, where secrets never stay buried and loyalty is a currency more fragile than glass, two women are about to reshape the lives of everyone they touch. Willow Corinthos, still navigating the aftermath of her transplant and fragile family dynamics, is blindsided when a mysterious woman named Jacinda shows up with a secret that threatens to unravel everything Willow thought she knew about her past. Meanwhile, Nina Reeves, feeling her grip on family, power, and redemption slipping, initiates a devastating backup plan, but nothing goes as expected. What follows is a tale of treachery, forgiveness, and emotional fallout that could change General Hospital forever. Willow's world has finally started to settle. After nearly dying from leukemia, reconciling with Michael, and cautiously reintroducing Nina into her children's lives, the last thing she expects is a stranger on her doorstep. But that's exactly what she gets. A tall, poised woman with piercing eyes and a commanding presence arrives at the Quartermain mansion one rainy afternoon. Her name is Jacinda Rowan, and she claims to be a former nurse who worked with Harmony Miller, Willow's adoptive mother. Willow hesitates, suspicion rising. "I don't know you," she says flatly, blocking the door. Jacinda, unflinching, replies, "But I know the truth about who you are, Willow. And I think you deserve to hear it, before Nina ruins everything." Flashbacks unveil Jacinda's past. Years ago, she worked with Harmony at a remote wellness center affiliated with Shiloh's cult, Dawn of Day. While Harmony kept secrets, Jacinda kept records and a journal, never realizing how valuable it would one day become. In Harmony's final months before her death, she sent Jacinda a letter confessing her worst lie. Willow was never adopted. She was stolen. Jacinda, riddled with guilt and unsure who to trust, held onto the truth for years. Now, she believes the time has come to share everything with the woman at the center of the lie. Willow, stunned and trembling, demands proof. Jacinda hands over Harmony's original confession letter, written in shaky handwriting but clear enough. Her name wasn't Willow. Her mother's name was Rebecca. "I couldn't let her go. I lied to everyone, even myself." Tears streamed down Willow's face. "Then who am I really?" Meanwhile, Nina, still reeling from her fractured relationship with Willow and the loss of Crimson to Carly, is spiraling. When she finds out Jacinda has returned to Port Charles, a chill of dread washes over her. Nina knows Jacinda. In fact, she once tried to pay Jacinda off not to come forward. Flashback. 2 years ago, after discovering Harmony's lies through Phyllis, Nina tracked down Jacinda and warned her to keep quiet about Willow's true origins. Nina feared that if Willow found out she wasn't her biological daughter, their fragile connection would be lost forever. Now that Jacinda's come to town, Nina activates a carefully laid contingency plan blackmail. Using information from her past dealings with Selena Wu and Martin Gray, Nina targets a man named Dominic Valtor, a former DoD associate turned private investigator. Dominic has the means to ruin Jacinda, and he owes Nina a favor. "You make Jacinda disappear," Nina orders, "or I'll expose you to the feds. No more games." But Nina doesn't know that her plan will backfire spectacularly. Willow and Michael waste no time running a DNA test with help from Spinelli. The results come in days later. Rebecca Rowan is Willow's biological mother, but she's not just anyone. Rebecca was a nurse at Shady Brook. But more shocking, she was a patient first. Spinelli discovers Rebecca suffered from dissociative identity disorder and disappeared under mysterious circumstances. When Willow dives into her birth records, she learns Rebecca was the twin sister of Madeline Reeves, making her Nina's aunt. Which means Nina isn't Willow's mother, she's her cousin. When Nina learns the truth, her carefully managed image crumbles. She confronts Jacinda in public at the Metro Court, screaming, "You had no right." She was finally starting to forgive me. Jacinda stands firm. "You built your relationship with Willow on a lie. I didn't destroy anything. You did." Word spreads like wildfire. Olivia, Brooklyn, Carly, and even Sunny learn about Nina's interference with Jacinda. Carly is livid. You've been lying to Willow for years, and you tried to silence someone who just wanted to tell her the truth. Sunny, already distanced from Nina, finally walks away. You didn't just manipulate the truth. You endangered people to protect a fantasy. I'm done, Nina. Haunted but resolute, Willow tracks down Rebecca Rowan, now in a facility in Vermont, under the name Annabelle Green. A touching reunion ensues. Rebecca, lucid during their meeting, weeps as she meets the daughter stolen from her decades ago. I looked for you, Rebecca sobs. But no one believed me. Willow, emotional, forgives her. I don't want to erase the past, but I want to understand it. They embrace. Back in Port Charles, Michael and Carly rally around Willow as she processes her new identity. You're still the same woman, Carly says. But now you're stronger than ever. With nothing left to lose, Nina decides to leave Port Charles, but not quietly. She calls a press conference through a media contact and exposes decades of court-domain corruption she's uncovered during her time at Crimson. From Yelq tax evasion to silent donors funding shady biotech trials, Nina goes nuclear. She implicates Ned, Drew, and even Tracy in crimes stretching back decades. The press eats it up. But her final act isn't enough to save her. When the feds learn of her attempt to bribe Dominic into silencing Jacinda, they open an investigation. Nina is arrested on obstruction and witness intimidation. As she's led away in cuffs, she sees Willow, strong, clear-eyed, and surrounded by family, watching in silence. With Nina out of the picture, Willow focuses on healing. She begins volunteering at Shady Brook, hoping to connect with others struggling with identity trauma. Michael, moved by her resilience, renews their vows in a quiet ceremony at the lake. Rebecca, now part of their lives, moves to a nearby assisted living facility and bonds with her grandchildren. Wiley and Amelia call her Grandma Becca, and Willow begins a new chapter, no longer Nina's daughter, no longer defined by lies. But Port Charles never stays quiet for long. In the shadows, Dominic Valtor receives a call. You did well, the voice says. Now it's time for the next phase. The Reeves family isn't finished. Jacinda stays in town, perhaps working with Elizabeth at GH, opening the door to new friendships and possible conflict with Finn. Nina faces a trial, and Martin may be forced to testify against her, fracturing their alliance. Michael's past with Dex resurfaces, especially when a mysterious message links Nina's takedown to a broader conspiracy involving Sunny's enemies. Rebecca's condition worsens, sparking a debate about guardianship, memory, and dignity in Willow's already complex life. General Hospital is known for rewriting legacies, and with Jacinda's arrival and Nina's devastating spiral, the canvas is being painted anew. Secrets have the power to destroy or liberate, and for Willow, it's both. What she lost in lies, she gained in clarity. But Nina? Her backup plan was her undoing, and she may never recover.